Good morning. All right, it's great to see everybody today. All of you should have an agenda that looks like this. If you don't, it's Milton Peterson's fault, so raise his hand. But we've got some over there, right there, that handsome gentleman's got some there. So one of the things that I just wanted to mention is welcome. Welcome to our 23rd meeting of the Summer Creek BizCom. And if you think about that, if you look on your page right here, our mission is to build positive community spirit. Did I lose? Okay. Build positive community spirit by promoting involvement, safety, security, and economic development in the Summer Creek area. And if you'll notice on our agenda, we've got a lot of exciting things to cover. Now, if you have not been to, how many of is this the first time that you've come to one of our meetings? Okay. We go through a lot in a short period of time. So we run from 11 o'clock to noon with our meetings, or with our presentations. If it goes over, you can certainly feel free to go if you need to. And then at the end, we'll go right into introductions of everybody that's in here. So we've got a lot that's fun to do today. So I don't know if you thought about this. Can you believe it? It's been a little over 5 years since we had our first community organization meeting that has turned into the Summer Creek BizCom. Isn't that something? Thank you. So, obviously a lot has changed out in this area, hasn't it? And a lot's getting ready to change. But I want to thank you, because a lot of people in this room, if it weren't for you, this would have never happened. And so many great things have happened in the Summer Creek area because of this, and then throughout Humble ISD. But one of the things that I was thinking about that's so cool about being in a community, you get to go through all these different things together. There's the excitement, there's the fun, there's the laughter, there's the tears. But it's all a part of being able to share life with each other. And that's one of the things that our original goals were, is to have that kind of an organization. But I want to say something. If it weren't for the next man that's going to speak, this never would have gotten started. We owe him a lot. We also owe a lot. Dr. Sconzo, if you wouldn't mind raising your hand. We appreciate so much your support. It's been a great 5 years, and we're so excited about the future. Give a big round of applause to Trey Kramer, please.
All right, I'll do a different type of duty now. I'll put my hat on and play the ambassador for Summer Creek High School. And just by sake, if you were at the very first meeting and had a hard hat on and walked through this building with me the very first time, raise your hand. I know there's probably 5 or 6 people in here that were here when this thing was a shell, and we watched it come together, and it's incredible. The growth that we all anticipated, and it was, this whole process was founded under the concept that this was going to happen. That what we're experiencing in our community is happening. And so the foresight back then to get business in a rapidly growing area and come together, it's been an incredible, it's just been an incredible blessing for me to have participated in that. And I just wanted to thank you guys again for your continued support. I do want to, there are a couple things that I think I'm cutting in and out, so I don't know if it's, I can do that. No. There's a couple things, 2 things that on the front from Summer Creek High School. We're in transition with our leadership here at Summer Creek. And we are in the process now of interviewing, and we hope to, within the next, I'm going to say 2 weeks or so, have our new building principal that will be on board. Can't wait for the community to meet that individual. Don't have any idea who that individual is yet. We start the process coming up pretty quick, but we've had lots of interest from all over the state, and our goal at this point in time is to find the absolute right fit for our community, for our school system, and for everything that we're doing. And so I do want to kind of give you guys an update on that. Those of you that are in our community and have worked with me in any capacity. I have had the privilege of being back on the campus for the last 4 weeks, and so I did double duty as the assistant superintendent. of the schools, and also had a leadership presence here on this campus. And I only mention that because, again, I'm a firm believer that so goes your school, so goes your community. And it's very, very important when we have opportunities for leadership in Humble ISD that we find the right people that believe in the same visions that we do and want the same things for our community. And so I just take this small opportunity to let you guys know it is very, very important in our district to continue the partnerships that we've established with the BizComs throughout the area, but most importantly, to address the needs moving forward of an ever rapidly growing campus. We're going to hit 2,500 kids here next year. We'll hit 2,700 the year after that. We'll hit 2,900 the year after that. We're built for 3,200, so the good news is our superintendent, our board of trustees had foresight many, many years ago when construction dollars were a little bit cheaper than they are right now to go ahead and build this thing out. I didn't know, Dr. Sconza, we were going to get here quite this quick as far as the numbers, but we certainly are prepared to handle the growth that's happening in our community. And so I just wanted to update you up from the schools thing. The other thing is that we are really going to work hard. We have so many new people that continue to come into our community on this side of the district, and we're going to be working with our public relations office, Jamie Mount, and we've got realtors that are calling daily. We've got new subdivisions that are being built left and right, and we're going to really work hard through the BizCom in the month of July to maybe have some open houses for realtors, maybe have open houses for community members that have never been on the campus before. They want to see what's going on, and so we'll be working through the BizCom. We'll be working through our public relations department in Humble ISD, and if you want to pass that word on, or if you want to see me in any way, shape, or form, say, Trey, we really could use this, or we would like to see this, or could you address this? That's my role right now. It's to do all of that, and I will continue to work in transition with our new leadership throughout the course of the summer and even into the fall, because I have nothing more than me than just an humble human being. I've had the privilege of watching this thing grow from its infancy. And I know most of you that are sitting in this room, I've either met you or know you because of the involvement that I've had in our community. I'm just blessed with my current role to be able to keep those connections and keep working as my role as the assistant superintendent over all of our high schools. So, having said that, if you need to see me afterward, if there's something that's just burning, a question, you want an answer, I'll give you the open best response I can give you, but I'll be more than happy to stick around. The last thing I want to do is, we have had an incredible year here at Summer Creek. If you'll turn over the back page of your agenda, this is just a glimpse of the accomplishments of many of our students in the organizations. We just went through graduation, our top 10%. We've got kids going all over the country, Texas, A&M. I mean, they're everywhere. Our top 10%. This building alone had the second highest number. $6.2 million of scholarships were awarded to seniors at Summer Creek High School, only trailing Kingwood High School. Okay? So we need to put this out in our community, that we just had $6 million of scholarships go out to our graduating seniors. Again, I'm not going to take the time to look, but all of our extracurricular activities, all of our academic programs, they are top notch. We take a backseat to no one, not only in Humble ISD, but in our new district we're going to have the pleasure of being in with the Woodlands and College Park. Conroe ISD will be a part of our new district for our 6A district moving forward. It'll be the three schools. It'll be Toscasita, Kingwood, and Summer Creek, and we'll join Conroe. And it'll be the Woodlands, College Park, Oak Ridge, and I've left one of the Conroe schools out. But there's 7 of us, and it'll be an incredible, academically challenging as well as extracurricular challenging but I'm confident at all three schools, we're going to continue to do great things. But again, we will work to continue to promote and put out information concerning Summer Creek and our feeder pattern. Again, it's my privilege to be here. I will stick around after the meeting's over with. If I have not had a chance to meet you, I'd love to get a business card or shake your hand or at least introduce. And if there's anything that I can do as the assistant superintendent here in Humble or for the Summer Creek community, this is where my heart's at, and there are great things coming here at Summer Creek. So thank you all for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you very much, Craig. One thing I wanted to mention is Coach Ford, the football coach, wanted to be with us today. But one of the things about when you have such a great program, you have other people want to hire your assistants. So he's in the middle of hiring 16 assistants right now, if you can believe that. So I told him what I tell you is that he promised that they're going to win the 6A state championship this year since he's not here. Yeah, I told him in an email, but I'm just joking. No, they're going to be very competitive, great program, great program. And one of the things that I forgot to mention, you may not know who I am, but my name is Don Gaddy, and I'm the Summer Creek BizCom chairman. Also, my full-time job is actually as an Edward Jones financial advisor, and we got all of our people here today. Raise your hands if you're with Edward Jones. Yeah, got a bunch of good people here. We're excited because we've got Mark Bailey back there. We just hired him in my office, and then also Tricia Miller that's over in Fall Creek. So you'll be seeing these folks a lot more, so we're glad to have them here. So we couldn't do all of this without great sponsorship. So the first people that I want to talk about today is from the YMCA, and Jenna could not be here, but let me see. Come on up, I'm sorry. And this is Miss Busker. And so she's going to talk for a few minutes about the YMCA, a great partner. We appreciate you.
Thank you. My name is Elisha Buster. I'm not sure I need a microphone because I can project pretty well, but I'll try to keep it away from my mouth. I am here on behalf of the Lake Houston Y and the South Lake Houston YMCA. South Lake Houston is our extension Y. We're an extension of the Lake Houston location up in Kingwood. And what we do, for those of you who are not aware, we run programs in the Summerwood area. And so my office, part of the time, is at Wood Creek Middle School. And we have property right there at Wood Creek Middle School to be able to build a YMCA someday and to be able to service this area even more than we do now. But we do currently offer programs in the Summerwood area. And so we offer quite a few youth sports programs that run year-round, starting at the age of 3 and usually through 2nd grade, but there are a couple of our programs that run through 8th grade. So that's something that we've had in place for the last couple of years, and we're continuing to see great growth with the sports programs. We also offer after school at all of the elementary schools, Humble ISD elementary schools in this area, and at Wood Creek Middle School as well. So we have that program that we're proud of and that continues to grow for us down here. And in January, we started offering group exercise classes. We want to try to bring some of the YMCA fitness components to this area as well, since we don't have a full facility yet, and get the interest going and be able to service the members down here in a fitness capacity as well. So right now we don't have anything for the summer. In the fall we are looking to continue those programs. Unfortunately for us, because of the wonderful growth of residents in the area and at Wood Creek Middle School, we're looking for a place to offer those classes come fall, because the temporary building space we were using at Wood Creek is no longer available because of the growth that they've seen. So currently, so we've got some sports coming up in the fall and winter, the volleyball, soccer, flag football, basketball, and so check that out if you're interested. But what we're currently doing is, we're not big enough to offer day camp yet at the South Lake Houston location on its own, but what we do at no additional charge is we bus kids from Wood Creek Middle School up to Lake Houston Y every day, so that they can participate in day camp and parents don't have to drive up to Kingwood to be able to drop them off or pick them up. So we do have that as a service that we offer, and day camp of course started this week. So if you're interested in that, you can definitely get some information from me, my business card, afterwards. But again, that's at no additional charge, and up at the Lake Houston Y, they do canoeing, archery, one field trip a week. That is all included, swimming, that is all included in the fee for the week. And then the other thing is, you know, nobody wants to think about school right now because all the kids just got out, but we're registering right now for our upcoming after-school program. So we appreciate the support in the community. I know quite a few of the faces here, and as we try to grow and get the word out, we definitely appreciate your continued support as we're doing that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lisa. That's a great partnership that we have with them. And then also we have, as another presenting sponsor, we've got Memorial Hermann with their Convenient Care Center. And is John English here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on up. Now, you look like you're in pretty good shape there, young man. So you don't have to use all of your stuff yet. So.
Thank y'all for having me. We're actually located right behind the school here, right here at Lake Houston Parkway in Beltway 8. We offer ER, urgent care, orthopedics, OBGYN, PCP, and as well as sports medicine and rehabilitation. I've been there since about Thanksgiving. I am the manager. I'm also the treating physical therapist. I've been practicing for about 10 years. We treat general orthopedics, your sprains, your strains, your back aches, your neck aches, you name it, we do it. We also do post-surgery and pre-surgery. God forbid you have to go through that. And then something we're kind of rolling out in the fall is our sports reintegration program. And that's kind of where we take the person from the beginning to the end and getting them back onto the field if they're high school athletes, and then also in the adult population and getting them back to the activities that you really want to do, whether that's just running, cycling, playing with your kids, but it's kind of on the higher level aspects of physical therapy, because you know you can get your knees better, your hips better, but what can you do to get back to where you were and where you want to be, or even start a program over? A lot of us, you know, haven't been exercising or haven't been doing anything because of work or because of family lifestyles. So if you want to try to start something back up, we can help you proceed that in a correct manner. That way you don't get injured or things of that nature, and you don't have to see this. All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for having us. And one last thing, Dr. Federer, who's an orthopedic with us, has having a speaking on June 19th at the Northeast Hospital. He's going to be talking about your common knees and hip problems, how's the current treatment, and things of that nature. Dinner is provided, is that correct? All right, so you're more than welcome to come, and Vivian has flyers right over here. Okay. Thank you.
We appreciate it. One of the things that's been a great benefit over the last 5 years is the fact that you can do business here. It used to be we had to drive all over the place to go get, and so late at night, unfortunately with family, this happens. I've been in the ER room down here, it's fantastic. And so we really appreciate it. I'd prefer not to send you any more business, but if we have to, we will. Okay, so the next person that we've got coming up, also from Memorial Hermann, is Toni Schau, and we're looking forward to hearing her.
Thank you. I was just here today to talk to you a little bit about a program that we have available at Memorial Hermann Northeast Hospital. A lot of people know about this and many don't. And you might wonder why this has anything to do with me and my business, but you just never know who you're going to meet out in the community. So I urge you to take this information home to your wives, your sisters, your daughters, your friends, and let them know that we are over here at the Memorial Hermann Northeast Cancer Center. We are a program of the Northeast Hospital Foundation in Memorial Hermann Northeast. We serve women in the community in Harris County, Montgomery County, Liberty, Dayton, all the way up to Conroe. We offer free screening mammograms, diagnostic mammograms, ultrasounds, and biopsies for women who have no health insurance, are underinsured, or cannot meet their deductibles. We started our program in 2001 with a small donation of $5,000 from the Kingwood Women's Club, and we have now in our 13th year. In 2006, we applied for grant money through the Susan G. Komen Foundation in Houston. We started with a $30,000 grant, I think, and last year we got $200,500 from Susan Komen. We also received the award for the most outstanding program in the Komen Foundation for Houston, so we were very proud of that. Anyway, I urge you to let your friends and family know about our program. We had 495 women come through our program last year. So there is a need out there, even though we are in a more affluent area. We have lots of pockets of poverty areas and places where women don't have health insurance. I get calls from Kingwood and everywhere in the surrounding area. So if you have any questions, I have my business cards with me to leave. If you would like to take some and take them home or have anybody call me, I'm happy to answer any questions that they have. I have a huge network of businesses all over the city of Houston from the Komen Foundation that gives me a lot of resources to find people. If I can't do it for them, I will find anybody who can, so they can call me. And thank you so much for letting me.
Thank you very much. You know, back 5 years ago, when we first started doing this training, I thought, wow, you know, in Texas, it'd be a good idea if we had food, right? Yeah, and you know what? That was a good idea. And right back here, Dwayne, are you wanting to say anything today?
Sure, I'll say something.
Okay. Well, are you going to do it from back there, or are you coming up here?
Everybody's looking at me, it's fine, it's right here.
Okay, well, just hang on a second. Okay, Dwayne and Erica, they have been, you know, we talked with Dwayne right from the start, and we said, Dwayne, this is what we're going to do, and he and Erica have been on board ever since. We appreciate you we do appreciate you so much. So, Dwayne, take it away.
Well, it's our pleasure. Thank you for being here today. Hope you enjoyed your lunch. If you need a spread similar to this at your event, we can do catering. Jackie's our catering director. We have catering packets if you're interested. If you need information about anything in your offices or whatever, come see Jackie afterwards. If you need anything in your fun events or you got grand openings or events like that, my wife Erica, who does our marketing, she can help you plug into that. And we can come out and bring a cow, have lots of fun. So, but again, thank you for enjoying lunch. Thank you.
We appreciate you so much. Now, does anybody in here like smoothies? Okay. Well, I got a call yesterday from another dear friend that is right back over here, Lindell Cockshell, and we were just wanting to mention to him, is it afterwards that you've got the smoothies? Okay. So, you got something to look forward to. 100 smoothies that he's gone. Lindell Cockshell, and we appreciate you so much from the Smoothie King. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Okay, so now we move on. You know, one of the things we've been so blessed here is to be able to have great public schools, but what some people may not realize, we've got some tremendous private schools in this area. And we're going to have Dr. Nikki Esch come up in just a moment from Holy Trinity. Come on up, Dr. Esch.
Thank you, Don. Good morning, good morning. My name is Nikki Esch, and I'm the head of school over at Holy Trinity Episcopal School. Don't be shy, Christy, come up here. She is my director of advancement. And we are so lucky that Dwayne and Erica are actually one of our parents. So we are always fed at faculty meetings. You know, they are always well attended. Can you start my PowerPoint, Sam? Holy Trinity Episcopal School is right here on Lockwood. If you keep going past the stop sign, we're right on the left-hand side. You can actually see it now because they cleared some of the trees. Okay, this was our first day last year. I just finished my first year at Holy Trinity Episcopal School, and I'm still standing. I'm smiling. So we had a wonderful new beginning there. We had some butterflies that we released because we have some grants that we have written that note us for a butterfly school. So it was a really neat activity to do that with the staff and some of the community members. We had our Earth Day, and we were flying to new soaring heights over at Holy Trinity with our kids all getting into kites. It was quite a picture to see all 141 with kites running all over the fields. We were definitely an eye catcher on the traffic on Lockwood. Where we have been in the fall of, can you still, yeah, okay. In the fall, I just like you, Trey, I can shut a cafeteria down with my, just like that. You just take your radio and you bang it on the desk and it's all quiet. In the fall of 2005, Holy Trinity opened its doors for the first time. Okay. I have my own private clicker over here. We are very proud. When I arrived at Holy Trinity last July, it was 72 of enrollment. We are at 141, so I'm very proud of that. Very proud of the teamwork that we have done. These are just accreditations that we're members of, the National Association of Private Schools, that we are, since we do not have state testing, we do have accountability with these organizations that oversee the curriculum and what we do in accountability, attendance and grades and all that. So we have those accreditations and memberships. We serve pre-K through 3, all the way through 12th grade. One of the things I'm very proud of with our campus is that we have a partnership. You want to roll it one more time? We have several partnerships. One of them is the Senior Center, the MECA program. And what we do is dual credits on a student that walks off our campus not only has a high school degree, but they also have a 60 hours from a St. Jack, so an associate's degree. So it's really nice. So for parents, that's a really nice savings. That's a 2-year degree that you do not pay for, but you pay the tuition of Holy Trinity. I just want to be clear on that. No. We also have a program that we call Including Kids. I'm very proud of this program. These are students that have a diagnosis of being somewhere on the autistic spectrum, either being high functioning or low functioning. And we have them in inclusion with our regular kids, showing just great empathy and understanding for different students of how they learn and how we all are a community. And we also have the Good Shepherd Episcopal Church. Deacon Jerry comes every Monday and does a church service for us. It's about a 20-minute service. What we offer is an excellence in education, spiritual growth, college preparatory curriculum, obviously a nurturing environment. Our class ratio is very low, typically 14-1. Enrichments, we have athletics, Spanish, technology, we have PE every day. Because we are a private school, we can be a little bit more creative as far as the timing and the number of minutes required for different electives. We have a fine art program, the private school. We're very proud of this. This is PSIA. It's a private school. You know, there's a lot of emphasis on athletics at Holy Trinity. We focus a lot on academic performance. This is a private school interscholastic association where we competed against 48 other private schools and homebound children, and we placed first grade in middle school and third in the lower grades. So we competed. We actually went to St. Jack, and the competition was there. So it's anything from storytelling to writing to reading. Just it's a mental competition, so to speak. And here are our little ones. There's always excitement when you have a bad day. You just go into pre-K 3 and you're beautiful and you're smart and you're thin and you're wonderful, and then you can just go back to your emails and it's all good. You know, so just wonderful. If you can roll it one more time, there's my contact information. We're very proud of Holy Trinity Episcopal School. It's definitely another alternative, another choice that we have here in the community as a private school. Christy, did I forget anything? You want to add anything?
Come see us.
Yes, come see us. Please come see us. We are both there all summer long. We currently have, I'm very proud of that, a former Rice grad. We have the Rice program, the WITS, the creative writing program on our campus. It's a 3-week program that's from 9 to noon. We also have the robotics, and we also have a Lead Academy as our before and after school kind of care provider that is on the campus. So it's we're moving and grooving. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
If you get a chance to go out and Google Dr. Esch, she has had a stellar career in public schools. And so now one of the things that is very important is sometimes there's kids that maybe for whatever reason it's a better fit for them to be either in public schools or vice versa. And it's very important, isn't it, Dr. Sconzo, to have those kind of relationships. So we're very thankful they made a catch when they got you. So congratulations on that.
Can you tell my board that?
This is on YouTube, so you know you can actually send this in a link. You know, so and if you want me to repeat it, I'll do. Okay. So one of the things we're going to change up just a little bit. This will give us more time for Generation Park to talk in a few for McCord Development. And so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Summerwood Village, and then I'm also going to ask Ted Mandel and Michael Prats to come up after that. But you know this, I don't know how many times I have been asked about this retail space right across from HEB. How many times? 150,000, I guess. Well, thank you, Mr. Cogshill. he tracked down the person that I needed to speak to, and I got to talk to him late yesterday afternoon and today, and we have this from the horse's mouth. I don't know if that's sanitary or not, but okay. So this is the space right here, and if you're thinking in terms of this is Beltway 8 right up in here, Summer Creek High School right here, and then that's HEB. And so, okay, it's still there, I promise. Anyway, right over in here is the site we're talking about right now, but they also own, you know, they're building that spot right there, but then there's some more space that they have behind there, and then there's also some space right here. And if we can just leave that one up for a few minutes, I want to explain some things. First of all, one of the great things about this particular area is he's been approached probably every day for apartments, wanting to build apartments right there. But it's deed restricted, they can't do that. So what we've got going in right now is that he said that closest to Beltway 8, there's going to be a Starbucks with a drive-through. So, yeah, all of you caffeine lovers right there. And then there's also going to be, so in other words, this is going to be the Starbucks if you want to put that on your GPS or whatever. So then they're also going to have an AT&T, a Great Clips, and a Pacific Dental. That's the start out, but now they've got more space behind this and they've got more space down here. Another thing that I was very, very excited about, you know this land right here that's been sitting between here and Memorial Hermann and also CBS that's been sitting there, you know, promises of a lot of different things. Well, that got bought recently, and you probably know this already, by Carson Wilson, who's with Fidelis. And so they apparently are an excellent developer. So I'm expecting some things to come out of that. Now, some of the things that they're talking about there is possibly a Target or Home Depot and some other things. So that's what's going on. Kroger in the movie theater? Oh, there's signage. See, this is cool. We just come and I talk and somebody else gives me the rest of the story. So she said a Kroger and a movie theater.
And there's lots of other pack sites, but those are the ones that have signed and are guaranteed right now.
Okay, everybody asked me, what about restaurants?
There's lots of sites for that, but no
Okay.
particular restaurant has signed on that they put out there yet.
Okay, so that's good for you guys, Chick-Fil-A and, you know, back here. So are you all paying people to keep them from coming in here, I guess? Okay, so good. All right, so they're going to do a McDonald's crunch? Wow, this is good stuff. A Whataburger next to the Chevron. Man, we're getting fatter by the second. That's good. We'll be coming over to you guys at Memorial Hermann, so here we go. Okay. All right, so Ted, come on up, man. Ted and Michael Pratts, we're excited about these guys. They're doing a terrific job, and then we're going to have Ricky Yarbrough.
Thank you, Don. If you're wondering why I'm wearing my UCLA shirt today, Trey, that's just in deference to Aaron Sharp, because he's going to be a quarterback at UCLA. And he's joining a list of quarterbacks out there. There's a Heisman Trophy winner that's went to UCLA, Gary Beeman. They got 2 NFL Hall of Famers in Bob Waterfield and Troy Aikman, who played for the Cowboys. And of course, you can't forget Gibbs from NCIS, Mark Hermann, who's a quarterback at UCLA. So we going to welcome him to the UCLA family as well, and I'll enjoy watching him. Earlier this year, the Lake Houston Economic Development Partnership launched a business retention and expansion program. And basically what that is we go out and we're trying to show some love to the companies that are already in this community. What you recognize is it's a lot easier to keep the jobs that we already have here than to try to get a new company to come to this community. You know, we're not just competing with Pearland or Katy or the Woodlands or any of those areas. We're competing with every city in the country. Every time a company says, I want to move, I want to expand, everybody's going after them. We want to be sure, and it's our job to find out what's good with these companies, what issues they have that might prevent them from being able to both stay here and, more importantly, to expand in this community. We've set a goal to have appointments with 26 companies this year. We'll have our 20th appointment tomorrow. We've got a lot of significant information that we gathered. And what we find is when one company has an issue, maybe there's 2 or 3 others that have an issue, and then we can go to the powers to be in local government, regulatory agencies, and represent 4, 5, 6 companies, and it gives those companies a lot more power if they group together to try and get something done, as opposed to just them going by themselves. Michael Pratt's here, who's our BRE coordinator for the partnership, will give you some information of what we've learned so far. But I do need to ask you guys for some help. The most difficult thing we have is getting an appointment. You know, I'm making these cold calls to the CEOs and the presidents and the chairman, and the first thing they think is I'm trying to sell them something. And we're just trying to complete a 12-question, 15-minute survey with them. These are the companies that I need some help getting in to see. And these are some of the biggest employers in the area. Texas Steel Conversion, Panopena, CDI Energy Products, Aspen Manufacturing, Tenaris Precision, Weatherford, World Purple, Elastec, Tacky Mac Grips, Uniform Components, Schuff Steel, Pressure Control, Faith Manufacturing, and Ford Components. If anybody knows anybody at these companies, please come and see me and help me get in the door. So, Michael, you give me some of the data?
So Ted's been doing a really great job, so he deserves a pat on the back and a round of applause. He's actually done a lot of hard work to get the site visits, and so this is just a little bit of the feedback from all of the businesses that we've met with. Out of the 19, 14 have said they have difficulty hiring new talent, so that's again, this kind of lets us know where the Economic Development Partnership can come in and play a role in doing that and trying to help match up our local businesses with new talent. 10 have plans to expand, so that's good to know that a lot of our larger and more impactful employers in the area are actually choosing not just to stay but to expand, and so that's good. And that's what the main point of the BRE program is to do, is to make sure that they expand and stay and grow in place. Traffic is a big issue, and so overall we've essentially retained or serviced about 2,600 primary jobs in the local Lake Houston area, so that's very important. And within that, we see that about 100 new jobs will be created overall from the local kind of expansion. So that's pretty much it on the BRE program. We're rolling along, and obviously this is our first year doing it, and we've already seen some good results, and now we have some more work to do in front of us. I have a few more kind of things just to run economic development wise on the Summer Creek area specifically. Do you want me to? However long you guys want to look at it. So I can go real quick. Just in the Summer Creek area, 5-mile radius from where we're standing right now, there's about 91,000 current residents living, like I said, 5 miles from this point in a circle that we're standing. 8,200 essentially new homes are being planned or under construction in that same kind of radius. Generation Park, something Mr. Yarbrough will speak on. FMC, a groundbreaking which just took place a few weeks ago. That'll be 1,800 new jobs in the next year or so. Memorial Hermann with their new location right here. Kelsey-Seybold is going to be building one as well on the east side of the Beltway loop. And then something that Don touched on earlier, the shops at Westlake Houston, which is actually going to be right here next to the high school. So obviously this is where we are, and this is where that whole development will take place. So I wasn't sure if we were going to touch on that here. So here's kind of the site plan, and kind of like what was mentioned earlier, there'll be a grocery anchor and then plenty of space for restaurants or whatever else the market kind of decides to do as far as that goes. That's our website. You can come here and check out our website and stay up to date with any news or information. Click this link. That's something that I update once a month for the whole just kind of Lake Houston area to keep you up to date with all the development that's taking place. And we also have a sign-up sheet at the table when you leave if you want to be on a newsletter, EDP newsletter, that I'll send out once a month, kind of to just go with that economic overview and just let everyone stay up to speed. And Obviously, I have business cards. If anyone wants any, come see me when we're done. And I'm always available, email or by phone, to talk and let you guys know anything that you want to know about that's taking place in the area, either now or in the future.
So one of the things that we wanted to mention, and Trey, it wasn't just us, the battery was dead on that thing. I do. Okay. So one of the things that we appreciate so much is, probably a year or two into, Trey had the foresight to think, wouldn't it be great if we put ourselves under the umbrella of the Chamber of Commerce? And that's been a great move. We really appreciate the Chamber of Commerce. And Stephanie, where are you? Stephanie Johnson right there. So we appreciate you so much because of all that you do to help with this. And we have one that's retiring right next to her, Trish. We just appreciate you so much as well. So thank you. And Stephanie, did you have anything that you want to say about the Chamber at all right now? Okay, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Okay, several people before I bring Rick Yarbrough up, I just wanted to give you a date for you people that are waiting on the caffeine from Starbucks. They expect that to be about in time for school. Okay, so about September opening for that. And I see jaws dropping and people getting their money out already. So, okay, and then I wanted to thank Sam Schrade and Philip George. We appreciate you guys so much for filming this. This is really helpful. Yeah, you can give them a round of applause. That really helps. Also, I wanted the advisory group that we have for the BizCom, raise your hands. I appreciate you all very, very much. We have a lot of them that are gone on the Mud District Convention this time because they're serving in that way, so we appreciate it. Please give them a round of applause as well. And then the final thing is Kingwood Hospital will be speaking next time, and we have a representative over there. If you would just want to raise her hand right there. She's looking, yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, taking notes, that's good. Okay, so now we have he was talking, Ted was talking about one of the things, the way communities grow lots of times is by keeping businesses here. But have y'all ever played in a golf tournament and like been a B or C or a D player? Isn't it nice to have a ringer? You know, that A player that shoots like under par all the time? Well, I don't know if you've ever been described as that, Rick, but that's the way we look at you as far as bringing business in. McCord Development, we are so excited about them. We're excited about them from a lot of standpoints. Obviously, with what the potential is. But the thing that I would say to you is quality people. Everything that I've ever seen from the McCord Development is quality, and Rick is a tremendous person. We're going to give him whatever time he wants to talk here for a little bit, and he'll be coming up, but you give him a big round of applause.
Thank you. It's great to be back. I always look forward to coming back here. I bring regards from Rick and Ryan McCord. Ryan is tied down right now negotiating another big deal for Generation Park this morning, so otherwise he would have been here. I wanted to see if we can get the video to run. This is an updated video. Some of you have seen it before. There's some updates to it that includes the FMC grand opening, so I don't know if the sound will go with that, if we're set up with audio or not. No. Okay. I can narrate through this. I'll just talk through it, okay? It can roll in the background, that's fine. As you can see out the window, or as you came in, what Generation Park, the 4,000 acres, is being transformed from the last time that we were here. I think Rick McCord was here along with Alfranco Lee at the last time. A lot of the things that they were talking about are now in play. You'll see a lot of construction going on out along Lockwood Road and as well as on the FMC campus. I would like to really thank the Chamber. One of the things that Michael didn't say that they're doing, they work very closely with us representing things that come in through the state of Texas as well as the Greater Houston Partnership. They represent us at Generation Park and will send out responses to RFPs and such. In fact, I think we just got shortlisted on one coming in, relocating from Florida. So they'll be doing a tour, I believe, this Friday at Generation Park. So that's the type of thing that the Chamber does to really help grow things in this area. Not us having to just go out and do it ourselves, but we partner up with them and they acted as an extension of what we're trying to do to bring new economic growth to here in the Summer Creek area. Back in April of this year, both FMC and McCord Development gave notice to proceed to our contractors to start construction on our sites. What FMC is doing is their first phase of over 1 million square feet. Their subsea group that will be relocating here, they anticipate that they will have 1,800 employees relocating over here in about January of 2016. So they're on a very fast track for construction. We talk to Harvey Contractors, their GC, every week, and making sure that we have that coordination and schedule working. McCord is working on all the infrastructure surrounding that campus so that they have their water, sewer, drainage, their electrical, their gas, their telecommunications, all those things coming into their site in a timely manner, as well as all of the drainage and detention, and part of the detention on the north side that'll be just on the other side of the Harris County Flood Control Ditch from the school is going to be what we call West Lake, and it will be a wet pond, detention pond, but it'll also be a wet amenity with jogging trails, pavilions, and lawns for activities that'll be going along that can be utilized not just by the occupants of Generation Park, but the overall community. And we're trying to create those amenities that are integrated into Generation Park that will tie into Summerwood, tie into Greens Bio Coalition, and the trail system that they're doing so that it's not just our 4,000 acres, but everything's in the surrounding community. El Franco Lee is very strong in promoting parks, and we're working with them that we expand that park system. And then up in Precinct 4, that Jack Cagle, I believe some of you all know, is interested in opening up some of the parks and trails over into the Wetlands Mitigation Bank or the Wetlands Educational Center, and we're working with them to try to enhance that overall environment. As far as our groundbreaking, about 4 weeks ago, we had our groundbreaking out here. We had about 500 people in attendance, both the brokers, the surrounding community, a lot of the FMC people that came out and spoke and really talked about the vision of what FMC is going to be doing in the community. And although I mentioned the 1,800 people that are coming over in the subsea group, that is just the first phase of what's going to be happening as they continue to move and consolidate their 10 Houston area groups as well as their corporate headquarters over to the site in the coming future. So this is just the first phase. They're actively working on their next phases of Generation Park. A lot of you all will probably be asking, well, what next? What besides FMC? We have several other FMC-sized deals that are in the works right now. We're obviously on these deals, we're under confidentiality agreements until those deals get inked and closed, but we hope in the near future we'll be able to announce those. We have a lot of activity back on the Union Pacific Rail. As you cross Lockwood back there, sometimes you get caught by that train. Well, it extends the entire western length of our development, and Union Pacific is very excited about working with us to bringing rail-served service into Generation Park. They make money on it, we make money on it, and those are meet some specific needs of corporate users that need that rail service coming into that industrial and manufacturing component of the park. We have several other manufacturing companies that we're negotiating with. So we are extremely excited, we're extremely busy as we move forward with the development of Generation Park. A lot of the work is being done on this side of the Beltway, although with several of these new large users, we are rapidly moving forward with our plans to open up the east side of the Beltway, south of Summerwood, as we move forward into the expansion of the park. With that being said, we can let this go in the background, but I will, why don't we cut to the pictures and I kind of show some of just the construction activity. And this is what gets me excited. If there's any other civil engineers in the room, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this is, as we've talked before, we are burying all the electrical. So we won't have these power lines running along the Beltway, running along Lockwood. All these are being pulled underground into underground duct bank that will harden the grid, provide additional security from an electrical standpoint. We are boring under the ditch out here for some of our sanitary. So I guess I need to look at the picture to see what. We have our own manholes with our logos that are on them. This is the water line. You'll see a lot of construction going on along Lockwood. And one of the issues there are we are going ahead and getting all the utilities along Lockwood out of the way because we're doing a public-private deal with El Franco Lee and the Precinct 1 so that they are going to hit, as soon as we finish those utilities, let the contracts for the widening of Lockwood into 4-lane divided major thoroughfare as opposed to just the 2-lane asphalt that it is now. So that will take some of the pressure off of the traffic and some of the backups as FMC starts bringing their people and deliveries and those types of things, as well as Precinct 1, as you very well will understand if you live south of here, they're widening the North Lake Houston all the way to the Beltway back to Mesa Road. So pardon the construction, pardon the dust, but this is progress for the area and strong economic development that's coming to this area, and we think a whole lot more is going to be coming in the future. Now that being said, I'll open up for any questions that you guys might have relative to the development or McCord or what we're doing out here.
Can you pull up a map and kind of show them some things about the expected construction?
I don't know where maybe zoom back through here. Okay, go back to that little map and I'll show you kind of what, right there. As you see here, there's Westlake Houston Parkway. Part of this first construction that we're doing is expanding, and you're going to, you cross your fingers, you design it, you think it's going to look cool, and then you hope that when it's built it looks as cool as you think it's going to go. So then we got a real nice feature coming on the bridge that'll be right out here by the school. It was Westlake Houston Parkway comes down. Westlake, as I talked about, will be an amenity feature with performance lawns, running trails, and we'll be coming back in with a landscaping package for that all the way around and all along the streetscape. We have also this street that's called Subsea Lane all the way to the Beltway that kind of frames the FMC campus. It also frames what we call the ESPA, which is a mixed-use development, and we're in conversation with hotel, multifamily, some restaurants, office building, office users, and mixed use for that development. That will probably be developing over the next 5 years. This shows the first phase, the subsea group of FMC. That's what's under construction now, kind of in the southwest corner down here. And so their construction schedule will be finished up at the end of next year. So they're moving very rapidly. It's 1 million square feet with office complex, R&D, parking garage, and some manufacturing back in that facility for their subsea group. Their next phase, as you can kind of see, that's subject to change. They are so excited about the first phase. I think they're saying, wow, we can do something different on the second phase and do some really neat things. So we're really have enjoyed working with them, their architects and engineers. Over here on the west side of Lockwood, we have about 3 different users that are all looking to locate in that space. So it's first come, first served, but we have plenty of land with 4,000 acres we can move on someplace else. Other questions? Yes, ma'am. We are looking at this as being a 30-year project. I hope I'm still alive when we close. It's not something we're just going to happen overnight. We are taking a very long-term look at this. The company is very strong. It's not like we're over-leveraged and a downturn in the market's going to affect anything. We expect to go through several cycles in the real estate market. That's just what we historically know, and so we're taking advantage of the great market that we're in right now. The energy sector is very strong, and we continue to work within that sector to grow this market. But we know it's going to be a long-term process. Yes, ma'am.
Will this consist of widening Westlake Houston Parkway?
We are extending Westlake Houston Parkway on this side of the Beltway. The other side of the Beltway is a Precinct 4 question, so if you want to talk to Commissioner Cagle, I know you're not the only one that has asked that question. And both with what we're doing as far as creating jobs, as well as all that residential development that is moving up in that direction, the connectivity is something that's critical. We will be working as where Deucin Parkway comes around. Okay. Test, there we go. Okay, where Deucin Parkway comes around to North Lake Houston, we'll be working on that with the county over the next few years. We're working right now on eliminating some of those Y intersections so that they're not quite as dangerous if you drive back toward the park back there. But on the up through Summerwood and such, that's a precinct 4 issue right now. Yes, sir.
Can you tell us if any of the issues with precinct 4 have been resolved in your favors, let's say?
We have a good relationship with Commissioner Cagle, and one of the things that I mentioned is that we're working with him. He is very interested in the educational component of the wetlands area up there and expanding that, and we're working with him on that, as well as the widening of Westlake Houston from the railroad up to the Beltway. So that's in play. We only have a very small portion of our development that's in Precinct 4, but because we're neighbors and we, like all of our governmental officials, we try to be good neighbors.
And you want your employees to be able to get to work.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Well, FMC Technologies is a consolidation of many different office buildings they've got on the north side. Your negotiations with the various other entities out there, are they primarily within the Houston area or are they outside of Houston?
Yes. It's a combination, and they are, if any of y'all have been around FMC, they are a technology company. You know, yeah, they're very much involved in subsea, in the energy business, but they have been hiring massive employees because a lot of the redundancies that are necessary in space come into play when you're 15,000, 20,000 feet under the ocean. So it's that type of thought process and technology that's driving that company. We asked a question of them, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? And they said, wherever technology takes us. So they have a lot of educated engineers that are part of their employment base. They're coming from all over town, and they're continuing to expand their employment base. They, as Michael said, one of the biggest issues that they and many other companies in Houston are saying their biggest challenge is finding the type of employees that they need. So, I mean, the kids that are graduating out of Rice, University of Houston, A&M in Texas, they're getting, if they're qualified to be in the engineering or the energy business, they can pretty much write their own ticket. We were at U of H forum recently, and they were talking about the average salary in Houston is about $70,000. The average salary in the energy sector, $300,000. So you wonder where all those people are driving the home prices up, and a lot of these young people have a lot of money to spend, and they're coming out into this area because of the schools, because of the commute where they want to be close to where the jobs are being created and such. So that's just some of the facts and figures that are going on right now. Yes, sir.
Is the railroad system primarily going to be for commercial use or potentially for any public transportation, either up north or south?
Unfortunately, it is owned and controlled by Union Pacific, and I don't see Union Pacific doing any public transportation at this point in time. One of the things that we have that we have created legislatively is Generation Park Management District in the last legislative session, and part of the powers that we have, I say we, that governmental entity has, is powers to work with Metro and create some Metro type connectivity. Now, how that's going to work and function, we need to work both with Houston Metro. How do we incorporate what's going on in transportation needs around town to try to access this part of town? Right now, Metro doesn't come out here. There are some issues that we've been meeting with them and addressing, and it's not going to be a short-term solution, but we do want to continue to have that dialogue to see what can we do to alleviate some of the congestion and create better connectivity both for Generation Park, this whole area, and the rest of Houston. Anything else?
Rick, would you mind showing, now that we've got that up there, just
Okay.
show some reasons why you all selected this and what companies are finding attractive about it?
Well, the first thing is it was selected because Rick McCord has been a believer in this area of town for over 20 years ago, when he was the original developer of Summerwood, sold a greater portion of that to Newland Communities, and it's being finished out now. We still have a back-end portion of that. But when he sold that, he turned around and bought more land up here, over on this side of the tract. We bought this a couple of years ago on this side of the Beltway. Another developer had lost it through bankruptcy, and we saw it as an opportunity to expand our footprint and what we were going to do. One of the major issues that we see with companies is they don't know about the northeast part of Houston. This, from a location standpoint, is very close to the airport. If they're having training, they're bringing people in. If this is their headquarters and they've got operations over the U.S., they can bring their people in, they can have training here. It's very accessible. It's accessible to the Port of Houston, so that if you're into shipping in and out, bringing goods in, we have a foreign trade zone has been completed, so they can do, if they have qualified inventory in a foreign trade zone, they can save tremendous amount of money by being in Generation Park there. We also, because of the Beltway now being finished a couple of years ago, as Judge Emmett talks about in the video, and you can go to generationpark.com and you can see the video online on your computer with audio. But one of the things he talks about is the reason the Beltway has been completed all the way around is to allow connectivity in Houston, Texas. And that you can get from here, you can get into town on 59, on 90, you can get anywhere around Houston or outside of Houston. So if you're a company that's in logistics and warehousing and distribution, you can bring your stuff in from the port, you can redistribute it within Generation Park, repackage and ship it out to any place in the United States. And this is just the perfect place to be. We were talking to a company just the other day. They did not know about us. We just were able to get in front of them at the last minute. And they said, we've been out looking for a new campus. You're exactly where we need to be. We just didn't know about it. Their broker hadn't told them about this part of town. And they said, you are, because of the airport, the port, the way that the highways work here, that's exactly where we're going to do. So that was one of the presentations Ryan was in this morning. I was talking to them, convincing them, now's the time to be in Generation Park. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
As you mentioned earlier, 5 years ago is when we started this. Can you imagine what it's going to be like 5 years from now? That's amazing. So before we go on to Stephanie, you want to come up real quick? Got a couple of announcements. Oh, okay.
Next Tuesday is our third Tuesday luncheon. It's at Walden Country Club. It's presented by Walden, and FMC will be speaking at that luncheon. And August 23rd is the Lake Houston 10K 5K, presented by Memorial Hermann Northeast and Texas Emergency Care. If you'd like to run in the event or walk in the event or volunteer, LakeHouston10K5K.com. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lindell, did you have anything you wanted to say real quick? Okay, just buy smoothies. Be thirsty. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so if you look down here at upcoming events, one of the things that you may or may not know, Jana Schmies-Burke was the person that came and spoke with us. She's been instrumental in getting the Super Bowl to Houston for 2017. She was also instrumental in getting the Junior Olympics. I don't know if you know this, Humble ISD has the second highest rating as far as track and field venues in the state of Texas, next to UT. Yep. So they're having a Junior Olympics there, and then you see some other events. It's amazing what they're bringing to the board. Then our next Summer Creek BizCom meeting is going to be on September 11th, which is going to be right here again. And at that one, it's going to be the same sponsors for the presenting sponsors. Chick-Fil-A is going to be bringing back, instead of Summerwood HEB, Summerwood HEB is going to be doing it the one in December. So we're excited about all those things. So the next thing that's going to happen is that you have an opportunity to stand up and say 30 seconds about what you do. And Terry is really good at it. So Terry, I'm going to ask you to stand up, one of the best insurance salespeople in the entire world. Go ahead.